हेलो सर। जी सर, महेश सर। हेलो। हाँ जीसन सर।
हाँ सर बोलिए ना।
हाँ, मेरी आवाज आ रही है आपको?
हाँ मेरी भी आ रही है ना।
हाँ 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 हाँ। Now whether my screen is visible?
Yeah sir, I can see your screen.
Okay, okay. Then you can share your screen also, no problem.
शिंदे सर एक मिनट।
हाँ हाँ
मेरा स्क्रीन में शेयर कर लूंगा सर। आप स्टार्टिंग में जो है आप अपना स्क्रीन ही शेयर करके इंट्रोडक्शन दे दीजिए, फिर उसके बाद हम लोग देखते हैं, ठीक है?
हाँ, नहीं नहीं, we can do that, but just I want to just see whether your screen is visible or not. Then you can stop from your side, no problem.
Okay.
Or you want some time? हाँ हाँ.
I'll start only after you give me an introduction.
Okay okay okay.
अभी मैं म्यूट पे जा रहा हूँ। आप कुछ चाहिए होगा तो बात कुछ पूछ लीजिए, मैं यहाँ पर जवाब दे दूंगा।
नहीं नहीं, कुछ नहीं चाहिए। आप you can take break for 15 minutes. Just before that, what I want, just you check. I want to see your screen from your side.
Sure.
हाँ.
You can see my screen.
Yes yes yes. Okay, no problem. Then you can join at 12. No problem for me.
Sure.
शिवा जात पेंट देखो, ये साइड भी मारे, ये साइड भी मारे।
अच्छा दिख रहा,
ये साइड ज्यादा मारना।
अच्छा दिख रहा है कि
कपड़े उनको मारा सुपर के, हाँ नहीं मारते, हाँ वो ये कुछ नहीं।
Good afternoon, everybody. Mahesh here. We are going to start the program within next 5 minutes. So please wait for the other people. We got almost 500 plus registration. So we are waiting for some people. Thank you.
Jitan sir, am I audible?
Yes, sir. We are getting your voice.
Okay.
हाँ महेश सर.
Yes,
हाँ,
yes.
हाँ,
we are
yes,
getting.
yes.
अनिल सर आवाज येतोय.
Fine. Okay. We'll wait for few minutes and then we'll start.
Yeah, sure.
Total the participants are 71.
We got almost 550 participants.
Okay.
Just wait for the next 3 to 4 minutes, then you can start.
Okay.
We got some people live on the YouTube also. Most of the people join on YouTube live.
That's why I think here count is less.
Yes.
Jason sir, can we start or we'll wait for 1-2 minutes?
Sir, let's just wait for 1-2 minutes. The participant is just 86. Let it just become a little 100 or something. Okay.
1 बजे तक होता है.
Okay.
Yeah, Shinde sir, can we start?
यूसुफ को भेजो चाहे.
Shinde sir, can we start? Yeah, Mahesh, can we start?
Jason sir,
Yes, sir.
now can I start?
Yeah, sir, go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon, all of you. Research and Development Cell, Anna Dange College of Engineering and Technology, ASTA, has organized today's webinar on how to write and publish paper in Web of Science and Scopus Index journals using typeset as research writing tool. For this webinar, on behalf of Research and Development Cell, I, Dr. Anil Shinde, welcome today's webinar trainer, Mr. Jizan Ahmed, Nexus Publishing House, Pune, respected Dr. Vikram Patil sir, Director, Anna Saheb Dange College of Engineering and Technology, Ashta, all deans, all HODs, faculty members from ADSET Ashta, and participants from various organizations. Before going to start this webinar, I would like to give a brief introduction about this typeset. This is one research writing tool or platform. This tool helps to convert our whatever the manuscript is there. Now we can convert this manuscript into the journal format. Different templates are there. More than 50,000 templates are available in this research tool. Now we can convert our manuscript within 1-2 minutes by using this tool. Again, few facilities are also given, means plagiarism check. We can go for plagiarism facilities also given. Then we can share our manuscript with our co-author, and we can convert our manuscript into the LaTeX format also. Now, along with this, we can write thesis also in the with the help of this research tool. Now, like this, a typeset one research writing tool is there. And before means without wasting too much time, I request Jizan sir, you can start this session. Before that, few announcements are there. Now, if some questions, some doubts, some queries will be there. Now, for that, we have kept last 15 to 20 minutes. In that session, we can, the Jizan sir will give answers of your queries and questions. Now, meanwhile, you can write your questions, whatever your query, doubts through the chat box. Okay, these are the few announcements are there. Now, with this, I request Jizan sir, please start webinar. Please, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Shinde, for the introduction, and also welcome all the participants who are a part of this webinar. I also take this opportunity to thank the Research and Development Cell of Anna Saheb Dange College of Engineering and Technology, Astha Sangli. So before, let me just go ahead and share my screen, and then I'll take you through the webinar. Yeah, Dr. Anil sir, can you see my screen at the moment?
Yes, yes.
Sure, sir. Okay. Sure. So we will just go ahead and start the webinar. So first of all, let's before we start the webinar, before we get into the live demonstration of the product, so it's really important to understand some of the problems that are faced by the researchers or the research community today across the globe, right? So we have been doing a lot of research from the past 5 years on what are some of the most common problems that are faced by any author who tries to write a research paper and to get it published. And we have collected a few common problems, and these are one of the most important problems that a researcher today is facing. Now, as you can see on my screen, so what are the problems that are faced by researchers today? So today, what is happening in this technological era is there are multiple tools that actually help you do multiple jobs. Like for writing, most of the researchers today are actually writing research papers on an MS Word, or they write it on a normal notepad, or they write it via LaTeX editor, or they write it via any other MS Word kind of a tool, right? So most of these tools are not actually built for research purpose. These are all generic editors, which can be used for any bookkeeping purposes. They can be used for accounting. They can be used for writing any other XYZ content. But most of these tools are not specifically built for research purpose. Now, one of the most common problem that is faced by researchers across the globe today is formatting takes a lot of time and manual effort. So whenever an author or a researcher decides to write a research paper, the first thing that he does is after he finishes his research, the first thing that he does is he writes his research paper. And once he writes a research paper, the next thing is he looks out for journals that can actually publish his research paper, so that his research can be read across the globe and can be read by all the people from the research community. Now, if for an example, if you wish to write an article for Elsevier, now if you just go on Google and type as Elsevier with Elsevier submission guidelines, I'm just doing, you can see Elsevier guideline for authors. So you can see that this is the first result that you get is after you write a research and when you have written a research paper and when you think that, let's assume that you're trying to write a research paper for Elsevier. So this is something that you actually need to go through. So every publisher or every journal has something called as guideline for the authors, that a specific article should be written in a specific manner in which the article length should be of a particular size, the heading should be of a particular size, the formatting should be of a particular size, and all such information. So if after a researcher has done a research and has written a research paper, he generally takes close to about 2 to 3 days just to understand these guidelines and to convert his article into this format. Now that is one of the most common problem that is faced by most of the journals across the globe today, that it requires a lot of time and manual effort. So if you have to understand this, it will easily take you more than an hour just to understand what has been written here and to make these changes into your document. Just one moment, I'm just hiding the, yeah. So what is the next problem that is faced by researchers today? Let's imagine that you understood the submission guidelines and you decided that I'll just go ahead and do the manual formatting by myself. So you will start looking for tools, and the most common tool that is used by researchers across the globe is LaTeX. Now LaTeX is basically a coding language in which you can actually write a research paper. Now for an example, if you wish to write a title or a thesis title, you can actually see that just to write a thesis article, just to write a thesis, you just need so many lines of code. That this is the number of line of code that you actually would require just to write the heading of a particular thesis. Now imagine that you might be writing a research article from a subject area of physics, or it might be a subject area of chemistry, or it might be from biology or something like that, where you do not have any exposure to the programming language or any sort of a programming code, right? So in such cases, just to write a research paper, you actually need to understand LaTeX and how it functions. So that is one of the most common problems that is faced by researchers across the globe, that LaTeX has a huge learning curve. So we might have a lot of authors or faculty and researchers from different universities who are a part of the webinar today. So most of the institutes and the colleges actually arrange these LaTeX training sessions in their colleges just to make sure the researchers can understand LaTeX better than they can write the research papers. But we believe that after doing a lot of survey, the results that we achieved was that everybody felt that LaTeX has a very huge learning curve. Now, the third most common problem that is used by researchers today is they do not have any powerful tool for citing, formatting, or building a research. So there are a few journals which actually make it mandatory that all the references that you actually add into the research article should be cited in text. So most of the citation today happens on a different tool. You might be using EndNote, you must be using Mendeley, or you might be using Paperpile, or any such tool. And for formatting, you might be doing it on LaTeX, or you might be doing it on MS Word. And for building your research, you would basically, you can see that what I mean by building research is most of the journals would actually give you a guideline that it should start from introduction. The next thing should be, it should start from abstract. The next thing should be, introduction. Then it should go to materials and methods and all such things. So there is no tool currently in the market which can actually help you build your research. So most of the research community today is using a combination of different tools and trying to produce an output that is accepted by most of the journals that are available today. Now, the other problem is collaboration with co-authors. As you might be aware that a research article can be written by up to about 4 or 5 co-authors. So how do you collaborate with them? So currently, most of the collaboration happens offline, where people would actually sit at a single place, and then they would decide that what I should be writing or what should be written, or any such things. And the other thing is, if you want to collaborate online, you would actually write this research article on Google Doc and then probably invite them. Or if you want to collaborate with your guide, you would probably send them an email and tell them to probably review the article and put in their comments. So as you see that right now, there is no live collaboration happening directly on the platform. So this is one of the most common problems that is faced by the researchers today. As you can see that if you send an article for proofreading to your guide or somebody else, they might read a certain thing and they might put in comments, which would make them, which would correct them and again send them for review. So this is a kind of a way, this is kind of a loop. This process is more like a loop process where you keep doing it again and again, again and again. So right now, the researchers today do not have a tool which can actually make the collaboration in an easier fashion. Now, the other problem is getting your document independently reviewed. So you might send, as I was mentioning before, that you might send an article for getting it reviewed by your guide, or you might be writing a thesis or a dissertation which you would want to get it reviewed by the guide. So there are no current tools that can actually help the PhD, the guide who's actually helping the research paper to independently review this particular article. Now, how Typeset can actually bridge this gap? So you might ask me a question, what is Typeset? So basically, Typeset is an authoring platform for researchers. So Typeset is a software that is specifically built for solving all these problems that we had discussed initially. So it is the only tool that can actually help you write your research paper. You might consider this as a research editor. So Typeset is a software that is built specifically for research purpose. Now you can see we have been built to eliminate formatting needs. So when we built this platform, what we felt that formatting is one of the major problems that every researcher is facing. So the formatting on Typeset is a very easy task. So I will show you in detail how the formatting happens on Typeset at a later point of time during our demonstration. Now Typeset is built for eliminating all the formatting needs. I'll show you how Typeset can actually help that. So this is one of the important important USP of the product. So we have more than 50,000 plus Scopus and Web of Science indexed templates, journal templates on our platform. So what we have done is we have a team which actually looks into all of these guidelines, and it actually constructs a kind of a template which is built according to the guideline of a particular journal. Now, what you have to do is you just have to go ahead and select a particular template and upload a research article. So this is what we mean by 50,000 plus Scopus and Web of Science verified formats that are available on the platform. Now, how does it work? So basically, it's a clutter-free editor. You do not need any sort of a coding. Like for an example, just to write a title, this is the number of lines of code. But on Typeset, you can just write in your title or write in a heading without any coding. So this is a very plain editor. You can upload your document and make any required changes. So you might ask me a question that, is it really easy to add references, equations, figures, and tables? Absolutely, yes. So there are options on the software that can let you automatically add this. Or if you've already written a research paper in an MS Word, you can directly upload it and all of the content would automatically get migrated. Now, auto formats manuscript to journal guidelines. So you can, as I was mentioning to you before, so all of this guideline would have actually been built into a template. So whenever you choose a particular template, the software would automatically format it according to the journal guideline. Now, the next question is, how do you get your output? So the software would automatically convert the document, and you will be able to download it in submission ready formats such as PDF, MS Word, or LaTeX formats. Now, one of the most important feature that we have built on Typeset is instant reformatting to suit a different journal. Now, what do you mean by that? So you might have written a research paper for Elsevier according to these guidelines, but by any chance, if Elsevier comes back to you saying that we have rejected your paper, you might want to write the same research paper for Springer. So you can see that Springer author guidelines are completely different from Elsevier guidelines. So the Typeset can actually help you in formatting a research article from Elsevier to Springer within just a span of about 30 seconds. Now that is what we mean by reformatting to suit a different journal. So as I was mentioning to you before, Typeset can also help you collaborate with the co-authors, with your guides online on the platform directly on the document itself, which is a completely seamless experience. Now, before we go in product features, I'll just directly hop on to the live demonstration of the software so that we'll be able to understand the software in a much better fashion. So every participant who was a part of the webinar today can just go ahead on the website typester.io and go and create a free account for himself. You can just go and click on sign up, put in the name and email address, and you will be able to create an account for yourself. And once you created an account, you can click on login, put in your email address and password, and just click on login. The moment you log in, you will actually land on a dashboard which would look something like this. Let me just show you. Yeah, so this is the dashboard. The once you log in, you will actually come and land on the dashboard, which would look like this. So here you have all the articles that you have been working on with the details that when did you last view it, and which is the template that you have chosen. So you have on towards the left, you have a comprehensive dashboard which will tell you which are the recent documents and which are the documents that have been shared with you and all that stuff. So the first step actually goes by clicking on templates gallery. Now, when you click on templates gallery, this is where you have all the templates that have been built according to the guidelines of these journals. So you can see we have close to about 54,000 plus journal templates currently on the platform. So all these templates include a lot of journals from publishers, a lot of thesis templates from universities, a lot of templates from conferences as well. So you can go ahead and choose any one of the template of your choice. So if you'd want to write a research article for a journal, you can go ahead and choose from publishers. Or if you wish to write it for any university thesis, you can go ahead and choose a university template. Now, there's another important feature on typeset. So if you're writing a research article for physics, you just come in and put in physics, and you can see that the software, the platform can automatically suggest you all the articles that are related to physics, that are related to a subject area of physics. So what typeset is doing is typeset is not only helping you in formatting a research article, but it also helping you in journal discovery. Generally, any researcher or any author would be aware of probably 5 to 10 journals. But so here, when you just type in physics, you have about 777 results, which actually means that you can choose any one of these journals that you want to write a research paper for. Right. So for an example, let's say physics and materials chemistry, science and education publishing. If you click on view, you can see that this is how their template looks like. So this is a 2-column template. So now once we have chosen this particular template, what you have to do is if you have written a research article in an MS Word, you can just click on use template with. Then you can upload your MS Word file, or you can copy. If you select blank document, you can come and choose. You can directly copy paste it from the MS Word file. But since you've already written it in an MS Word file, you can just go ahead and upload your MS Word file. And then once you select, then you have to just come and upload the document that you want to convert. You click on open. So the document that you have written, it should just only have all the headings in bold. Like the introduction has to be in bold and the abstract has to be in bold. That is the only way the software will be able to identify the document. Apart from that, there are no any prerequisites for the document to be uploaded. So you can see right now, since we uploaded this document, we have built an AI engine which will actually understand the schematics of the document and import all the content on the typeset editor. So right now there is a four-step process which will actually help you import all of this content to the typeset editor. Now you can see get your output of physics and materials chemistry guidelines in 4 simple steps. You click on let's go. Now this pop-up is telling you to select the title. You select the title. You click save and continue. Now the pop-up is telling you to select the authors and affiliations. You click authors and affiliations, and then you click save and continue. Then again you choose abstract. You click save and continue. Now you go back to the references. You select the first reference and then you select the last reference. Now kindly pay attention here. The reference, the name of the author is actually jumbled up. It is actually appearing at the last, but the software has the capability to automatically make those corrections. Since we are integrated with Crossref, so if there is any erroneous information or if there's any missing information as well, the software can automatically correct it. Now, once you click on save and continue, Then you have to click on preview formatted document. Now you will see that this is a single column document. This document would automatically get converted into physics and materials chemistry according to the science publishing group, so sciencepublishing.com. It generally takes about 30 to 60 seconds to convert a research article from one form, from no formatting to a format of a particular journal style. Yeah, now you can see that this was the article that I uploaded, and this is how the formatting has happened. The software has automatically converted into a 2-column document with all the images and the tables that have been migrated automatically. And you can see that the references have also been automatically corrected. So the reference that I was talking to you, the first reference, you can see here the verification of lean constructions. The name of the author was actually at the end, but here the name of the author is actually appearing at the first. So the software has the capability to automatically correct the references style as well. Now, if you wish to make any edit on this particular software or particular article, you can just click on edit on typeset, and then you will actually land on the editor. So this is how the editor looks like. So here you can see what you're looking at the top so we have something called as different views. Like we have a balanced view, we have input view, and we have output view. So generally we suggest people to work in the balanced view. So this is the balanced view mode. So towards your left, you have an outline. Since I was talking about building a research, you can see that the software has automatically converted that according to the guideline, where you have all the sections automatically arranged as well. So, and you have all the author information that is automatically migrated. And here you also get an option to add the metadata, like the keywords and all that. So here it is basically like an editor where you can go ahead and add or delete any content. So since we have already added the keywords, I just deleted the keyword like this. And towards your right, what you see is basically the output. So this is how your article would look like. So whatever you have written here, this is the output that you are generating. Now for an example, so this is how the entire article looks like. So always remember that the caption of the figure would always be at the bottom of the figure. You just need to cut it and paste it in the place where, so we have a different place where you can add a descriptive title for the figure. You can cut this and you can add it here, and then just delete this particular table. So this is how the software can automatically convert it into a particular journal style. Now you might ask me, how do you cite a particular reference, or how do you add a particular equation or a table? So you can see that there is a reference here by the name Kobayashi and Fisher. So wherever there are references, you can click on the cursor, you can click a cursor there, then click on cite, and from the cite references, you can select reference. And then here in the reference bar, you can search for Fisher. And this is the reference. Now this reference automatically gets linked here, and then you can just go ahead and delete it. Similarly, if you want to search here, move again on the cursor wherever you want to add the references, click on cite references, and then you can search for it. YU. This is the reference, and this gets cited. So like this, you have an option to automatically cite the references. If you wish to cite a particular table as well, you can just go ahead and click on here, and then from the cite option, you can select a table. And then you can see that all the tables that are a part of the document are actually appearing here. Table 1, table 2, and table 3. So let's cite a table 1 like this. And similarly, if you'd want to cite a particular figure, you can even do so. Move the cursor wherever you want to cite the figure. You click on cite and then select figure. And this figure you can see the figure preview here as well. So you click on this and this figure gets cited like this. Now, once you know that all of my work has been done, you can see that the software is telling you that there are changes detected and there are a few changes that you have made have actually been detected by the software. And then you just click on refresh, and all the changes that you had done on this editor would actually start reflecting here. You can see now the references are appearing as 1 and 2 like this here, since we actually made this change. Now, once you have made the changes, you can see that references are also appearing automatically here. You can see, since we only cited 2 references, only 2 references are appearing. So if you wish to cite more references, you can go ahead and click on reference and then cite them. So this software, so most of the journals actually make it mandatory that uncited references should not show up in the document. Now that is the reason why the software does not show the references which are uncited. But if you want to download them uncited references, we will give you that option as well. So once you make any changes here, please do a refresh, and then all those changes should be able to should be compiled in this document. Now, this is how the document looks like. So here, now once you have done the changes, now what you can see here that this image is actually appearing as a complete page. Now, how do you change this image to a 2-column image? So you can just go on that particular image, click on these 3 dots, and then you can see now the width is actually full width. You make it column fit, right? And now once you made a change, now this change is detected, you click on refresh. Now this image, which was actually a full text, full page image, would actually get into a column fit image. You can see here that this image actually got into a column fit. Similarly for this, if you want to make this also as a column fit, just go ahead and click on column fit and do a refresh. You can see here that this is a single image, but it is appearing in column fit image in the right side screen. Yeah, you can see there's both of these images are appearing in the column fit now. So this is how you'll be able to make the changes on the platform. And all of the automation, all of these changes happens automatically. If you wish to do these changes on an MS Word or a LaTeX editor, it might take you a lot of time for just doing these changes. So currently, we have created a PDF. So you have options to download in DocX. We have option to download in LaTeX. These 3 options would not be available for Oxo Solutions, but only these 4, a PDF, DocX, LaTeX, and Zip would be available. So now if you click on LaTeX, the software would automatically give you a preview that this is the code of this particular software, of the particular article, like this. But since most of the journals today accept submissions in PDF and DocX, you can download it into any format. You click on PDF and then just download. As I was mentioning to you before, if you want to include the uncited references, you can click on include uncited reference and then click on download. Now we will see that within a span of about 10 seconds, a PDF file would have been downloaded that has been formatted according to the journal style of Science and Education Publishing. So this is the document. So if you click on any one of these reference, this reference would automatically take you to the last. So this is how the article looks like. So we converted a single column document according to a guideline of this particular journal style. Now, by any chance, after you submit this article, if this article gets rejected, thinking that the subject area of the research might not be new as the journal wants, or the quality of the research might not be as good as the journal is looking for, or there might be a lot of submissions and they might have requested you to probably wait for the next issue or any such things. Most of this, at this point of time, an author or a researcher would actually get disheartened, thinking that, I spent so much of time writing this research article and also formatting it according to the journal style, but unfortunately my paper got rejected. So how do I make sure that this article gets published in any other journal? So as I was mentioning to you before, that reformatting on the software is a very easy task. So you can just go on this here on the top and click on this drop down and then just click change template. Now, since we were writing a research article for physics, let's just go ahead and add as physics here. right? And under physics, you have many other journals that you can write a research paper for. So initially we write it for this one, Applied Mathematics and Physics from Science and Educational Publishing. But right now, let's go ahead and add search for Omics Publishing Group from the Journal of Physics and Astronomy. You click on view, and this is how their template looks like. So this is also a 2-column document. But let me show you that their reference style would have been completely different from this particular reference style. So here in the reference style, this follows a Vancouver style, which is actually a bracketed column. But now if you want to convert this into Omics Publishing Group, you just click on use this format, and the software would automatically convert that into a Omics Publishing Group journal template. Now you can see that since we changed the template, you can see that the software is telling you that there are changes detected. Refresh to preview changes. You click on refresh, and this and the software would automatically convert that into a Omics Publishing Group template. Yeah, now you can see this is a Omics Publishing Group template. You can see the style of the apps, the style of the author information, and the font has automatically changed. And you can also see that this journal makes it mandatory that all the list of the figures and the table should actually be at the end of the document. So according to the guideline, all the images and the tables have actually been moved to the end. And you can see the references style is completely different here. So these are our unbracketed references like this. You click on download, include unsighted reference, and just click on download. And then let's compare both the PDF, and you should be able to look at the change. And you click on open. Now, this is the document according to Omics Publishing Group. This is according to Science and Publishing. You can see the difference between the author information here. So here it was appearing as 1, 2, 3, but here also it is appearing. But here you have a complete different font style, and you also have a different font size. The abstract actually starts from the same line, but here the abstract starts from a different line like this. So this is how the software can actually convert a research article from one journal article into the other journal article. You can see the differences between the reference style as well. Here the references are numbered, but they do not follow a Vancouver style. But here they follow a Vancouver style like this. And also you can see that in this template, the images and the tables are actually appearing at the end of the table. Even though we had actually made it a column fit, you can see here that during our work, we had actually made it a column fit image. Even then, the software actually understood the guideline of Omics Publishing Group and actually converted that into a complete single page. So this is how the software is intelligent to understand the guidelines of different from one journal to the other journal. Now, if you wish to convert this research article into any thesis template, so since many of the researchers or authors actually make it, they wish to actually convert the research paper into a thesis template, they can just go ahead and click on change template. And from the change template, what they can do is they can again go ahead and search for a thesis template. So we have Rajaram Bapu Institute of Technology as one of our customers, and they have that thesis template on our platform. You can click on thesis template for RIT, select it, and then you can see that this is how the format looks like. You can see that the certificate and all that has to be written in the thesis template. Now you can see in this article, there is no certificate or anything like that. But once I use this format, the software can automatically add the certificate and automatically format it according to a thesis template. According to Rajaram Bapu Institute of Technology. Now, once I change the template, you have to just go ahead and do a refresh here. Now, once I do a refresh, the same article, the same journal article would have been converted according to the template of Rajaram Bapu Institute of Technology thesis guideline. Yeah, now you can see that this is how the certificate has been added, the first page has been added, and you can see this, each one of these headings, the introduction and stuff has been converted into a individual chapter like this. The introduction becomes the chapter 1, and the motivation becomes the chapter 2. Now let's go to 3. You can see that the 3 becomes the chapter 3, and this becomes 3.1. So like this, the software can automatically convert a research article into a thesis template as well. So you can directly go ahead, download this particular thesis template, submit it, and then just submit it to the university or the PDF guide. Now we also give you an option to add in the roll number, the what do you call, the degree and the branch as well. So in the cover details, so if you want to add that in the metadata, you can come and add in the name of the degree as BTech. Let's add it as BTech, Department of Electronics and Communication. What is the branch? Branch is telecommunication. So if your research is sponsored by somebody else, you can put in the sponsored by this name here, or let me add Mahesh, or you can add the submission here as 2020. You can add the date as 18th 18/7/2020. And if you have a running title or a running footer, can even go ahead and add that. Now, since you have added all of this, the software is again telling you that there are changes detected. Do a refresh. Now you can see that the degree was not added and all that. Now the degree, the name of the branch, the name of the degree and branch would actually appear here. You can see that the BTech is appearing here, telecommunication is appeared here. And now we added the name as sponsored by Mahesh. It is actually coming as sponsored by Mahesh. And the year is also appearing as 2020. So now what you can do is just go ahead and download this, include unsighted reference, click on download. And within a span of about 30 seconds, you can actually see that the research article has been converted into a thesis template. So similarly, if you have any project report, or if you have any particular conference or any such department-wise specifications, we can build these templates for you. So in our formats gallery, so we have a lot of universities which are actually using us for formatting the thesis and dissertation templates. So under universities, like we have Massachusetts Institute of Technology, ETH Zurich, Stanford, University of Berkeley, UCB, a few universities in Malaysia, Anna University, Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, IK Gujarat Punjab Technical University, TechEd Montana, NIT, NIT Rourkela, all of this, Stanford Business School, all of these colleges and universities actually use our platform for converting their research article into multiple formats. Now, since we have a lot of attendees to the webinar from different institutes, you might be writing a lot of you might be writing a research articles for conference papers as well. So you can just go ahead and click on conferences, and from the conference, you can go ahead and choose any conference that you want to write or publish this paper for. So if you have AFR Engineering Academy conferences, or let's search if we have any physics conferences here. So under physics conferences, let's see if there are any. Yeah, you have Asia Pacific physics conferences, like 4th International Conference on Physics, like Omics from Omics Publishing Group, or any such publishing group. You have Allied Academics Publication, International Conference on Medical Physics. Let's just click on view, and then this research article would automatically get converted according to the conference template. You click on use this format, and the format would automatically get applied here. And now the same research article would actually get converted into applied physics format. So it takes about so now once we have changed the template, just do a refresh, and now the same research article would actually get converted into a conference template. Yeah, now this is how the conference template looks like. So we have multiple options as well. Like from bibliography style, you can actually change from one style to the other style as well. So by default, the system actually follows an Allied Academics publishing style. But if you want to change it, you can click on show other journal bibliography styles, and from here you can choose anything. Like we have Elsevier article style, Wiley style, BMC journal style, IEEE, potato research style. Like we have multiple research styles that we have on the platform. Like you can click on, or you can search for APA. You can search for, like you can see, this is APA style. Or if you want to convert into Vancouver, you search for Vancouver here. You can see this is Vancouver style. You can choose anything, Vancouver superscripted or Vancouver style. Or if you want to add a MLA style, you can search for MLA, right? So let's click on MLA and then just apply. And once you have applied, just do a, now initially see that this is how the references are looking, right? And then do a refresh. And this references would automatically convert into a MLA style. So if you go ahead and apply any other style as well, automatically it should convert, the software will be able to convert into a particular reference style. So you can go ahead and choose any reference style here from the bibliography tab. So after you make a change, kindly do a refresh and give it about a 30-second time, and then the references should be converted according to the APA format. Now we also have a layout here. So if you want to send a article with any sort of a line numbering, so you can just go ahead and click on layout, and from the line number section, you can choose whether do you want it to be numbered on left, numbered on right, or anywhere else. So you can click on numbered on left and then do refresh. So the same conference article would actually have line numbers, would automatically apply the line numbering. Now you can see that this is the line numbers have automatically started appearing towards the left, like this. And you also have like all the spacing and everything is automatically converted. So you also have an option to change from one column to two column. So right now this article has been formatted according to the journal guideline. But if you wish to make it a two column, just go ahead and select column and just do a two column and then do a refresh. So after that, you can see now that the article is appearing in two column. So like this, you can see that, as I was mentioning to you before, that the software has been specifically built for research purpose. So we have built all these functions keeping in mind that a researcher would actually go through this process, and if he has to do this manually, it would require him a lot of time and effort to do this. That is the reason we believe that formatting is one of the most difficult job that a particular researchers do. And under publishing, if you want to enable table of contents, you can just enable this and then do a refresh. So after that, a table of content would automatically get added to the document. So once you do a refresh, just give it about 30 seconds. Now you can see that the contents have been automatically added. So this is how you'll be able to go ahead and use this particular software in formatting a research article from a journal style to a particular thesis style, and then you can convert it into a conference style. You can convert it into multiple journals or anything like that. So I'll download this into a PDF, then I'll show all the 4 formats that we had generated. So this is the first document we actually converted according to Science Publishing Group. Now this was according to Omics Publishing Group. This is a different journal. Then this is one of the this is according to a thesis template of RIT. Now this is again a conference template according to Allied Publishing Group. So this is how you can use the software to convert a research article into any such any of the formats. So Typeset is not only helping you in formatting, but it is also helping you in terms of journal discovery. Like how we did for physics, you can search for chemistry. You can come in and put in any, you can come in and put in any of the keyword. Like some of the top keywords that we get is nanotechnology. So we have a lot of authors across the globe. So every day we have about 400 to 500 users that are signing up on the platform across the globe. So you can see in nanotechnology, we have so many. So you name any keyword, and I'm pretty sure that we should be having one other, like for an example, astrophysics. So we have a lot of journals in astrophysics as well. You can put in any keyword and the software will automatically show you that this is the templates that are available. So if you write for this for this journal, assume that you have written this for first journal and this journal rejects it, you can write to the second one. If the second one rejects it, you can write it to the third one or the fourth one or the fifth one or the sixth one, like this. So you can just go ahead and use this platform to make sure that your research article gets formatted according to a journal style. And TypeSet is not only helping you in formatting your research article, it is also helping you in journal discovery. And we believe that we are also helping you increase the chances of your research article being published in any one of the journal that are mentioned in the TypeSet formats gallery. So we strongly believe, and we have been working on making the software better and better from the past 5 years. We believe that the researcher should only do the research, and the formatting and all such uh, menial tasks should actually be taken care by a software like TypeSet. So we have almost completed the live demonstration here. Now we will actually jump to the question and answer sessions here. So I will just go ahead and oh yes, I think I forgot to show you about the plagiarism software. Let me just show you that as well. So we have something called as request for plagiarism check towards your left. I will show you that to you. So you have request for plagiarism check. The moment you click on right now this, once you click on this request for plagiarism check, the file would automatically be sent for a plagiarism check. And after that, the plagiarism you would actually receive a file on your email address. One moment. After you sent it for the plagiarism check, you would actually receive a file on your email address, which would actually look like this, with the percentage of citations, with the percentage of the plagiarism check. So this is how the plagiarism file would look like, which would actually mention the color coding of where the software has detected a plagiarism content. So like this. Now let's go on answering each one of these questions. You can see what about the security for my manuscript. Dr. Satish, so we have something on our website that we have specifically built for security and for privacy practices. So we use some of the best state-of-the-art technology that has been used by multinational banks such as ENY, JP Morgan and Chase for practicing for practicing security and privacy changes in the software into the software. So we believe that the research is very personal and it has to be secure. So anybody who has concerns with respect to privacy and security, they can just go ahead and click on data security page, and then we have a very comprehensively uh, written content on the page. So you can just go ahead and have a look at it. So you can see now if you what about literature finding. So as I showed to you, we have plagiarism check. Literature finding, if I'm not wrong, if you're looking for anything in like paraphrasing or grammar check, the software doesn't have the capability to this. Currently, we do not have the grammar check or the paraphrasing features on the platform. Okay, so Dr. Gopinath need explanation on mathematical equations. I think I forgot to show that to you. So if you have written any mathematical equation or that on an MS Word, the mathematical equations would automatically appear on the typeset editor. The software has the capability to automatically import it. Now, if you want to go ahead and add an equation on the software, you can even go ahead and do that as well. So let me show you how to add a mathematical equation. I think I forgot that during the demonstration. So move wherever you would want to add an equation, just go ahead and click on move the cursor, and from insert option, you can add an equation. So there are two types of equations that a person can add, whether an inline or a standalone. So if you want to add an inline equation, click on inline, and from the visual editor, you have an option to go ahead and choose any mathematical function. So it might be an integral, differential, or it might be a matrix or anything like that. So you can just go ahead and click on any one of these tools that you can just go ahead and create. By any chance, if you do not want to create here, so if you have already added the equation in the document that is in the MS Word file, the software has the capability to automatically import it. So we also have a beautiful chemical functional table that we have built in. So you can go ahead and do that. Now, after you choose this, you just can click on the option and the equation would automatically get added like this. Now, we also have an option if you have written the equation in LaTeX, you can go ahead and add the equation via LaTeX as well. Like you can go ahead and click on equation and inline, and here you can come and copy paste the LaTeX equation code like this. So you have both the options for adding equations. So ideally, if you have written an equation in the MS Word, you can see this we created an equation here. For that, an automatic LaTeX code has been generated like this. So if you have a LaTeX code, you can add it here, or if you have any MathML code, you can even go ahead and add that here as well. Vishwaraj Power, if LaTeX is used in drafting a document, will it be converted to a template of interest? So currently we do not support import of LaTeX. The support is only import of docx. So you have to upload a docx file. We will. So Nil Power, please give us the references. Yeah. Please give us references for users like institute or research scholar name. So I think, yes, Mr. Mahesh has a list of all the users that are actually on the platform. As I was mentioning to you before in the formats gallery, so we have been used by some of the top institutions such as IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, IIM Bangalore, IIM Indore, and all such institutes. So you can just go ahead and, if you want us to send us a reference of the librarian or the chief information officer at the institutes, we would be happy to do that as well. So the feedback link, you should be receiving the feedback link on your email address once the webinar gets over. Vishwaraj Pava, some journals require LaTeX source file, PDF figures and tables to provide separately. Is Typeset Create ready to upload files in folder or a bunch so that it can be uploaded to a journal or of our interest easily? Absolutely, yes. I was mentioning to you before. So Dr. Vishwaraj, you can click on the zip file. So if you can look at my screen right now, I have selected zip. Under zip, you will actually get a LaTeX file, a PDF, a list of images, and all such things. You can see here that it is an article bib file, an article LaTeX, article PDF, and all the images that were a part of the document. So this is how you will be able to go ahead and directly download a zip file and submit it to the journal. So let's look at once used reference number can be used again. Janvi, absolutely yes. So if you want to cite a reference multiple times, you can just go ahead and do that. It is a very easy task on the software. So we have another 5 minutes that we will keep for the questions. So if you have any other questions, you can just go ahead and ask me here and I'll be happy to answer all of them for you. And so we would be answering all the questions. Dr. Anil Shinde, let's wait for a few minutes and then probably we can wind up the session.
Okay, sir.
So anybody who has any questions, they can just go ahead and put in as well. I would also request Mahesh to share the link of the Telegram group that we have. So we would be hosting a lot of other webinars. So initially we are covering up with a lot of universities and institutes in India for this particular software. So slowly we would also be doing a lot of webinars on other research topics on how to select a particular journal and all such things. So if you wish to be a part of that group, so Dr. Mahesh will actually go ahead and share that link with you. You can just go ahead and sign up on that particular group. So if you have any updates in the future, so you would be able to be a part of that webinar as well.
Jijal sir, there is one question from my side.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Suppose any or our institute want to develop our own template.
Yes.
For thesis. Now, is there any facility to create
Yes,
that
sir.
template?
Absolutely. So you have to be a premium user. So you need to have a subscription for our software. Okay. After you have a
Okay.
subscription under universities, like RIT is one of our customers, Rajaram Bapu Institute of Technology. Right.
Okay.
So under universities, if I go ahead and search for Rajaram Bapu Institute of Technology, so you can see all of these universities who are using us. The reason why they have their specific templates is because they are our existing customers.
Okay.
You can see under Case Society, Rajaram Bapu Institute of Technology, they have the thesis template on Journal of Engineering Education Transformations. So they have both the templates on our platform. So when you subscribe to our software, we will build that thesis template for you. You just have to help us with the guidelines.
Okay. Then next, now once my manuscript is ready, Word
Yeah.
format. Now,
Yes,
is
sir.
there any means format in means while is writing in Word format? Because suppose I want to, if my figures are in table, now at that time, what will be the output from your side?
So generally, what happens here is most of the journals make it a kind of a mandatory, and it is not a standard way of putting images into the tables. So ideally, what we would do is if there are images in the table, we will automatically migrate it exactly like that. But generally, what happens is there are figures that have to be actually put it. I mean, they're not supposed to be put inside the tables. So in such cases, what the software would do is the software would automatically migrate the table and the images separately. And then what you can do is you can link all those tables. So in the table, you can actually put the link as figure 1 or figure 2 or figure 3 like that into the row or a column.
Okay. And
And also with respect to formatting of the docx, so I'll give you an example. So you do not need to format the docx for a specific what do you call for any specific format. So what you just need to do is you have to upload a very plain docx file in which the titles or the subtitles are actually made as bold. Like the paragraph, like for an example, if there is methods, the method has to be in bold so that the software can automatically understand it.
okay. And one more question.
Yes, sir.
Suppose table is there, and in that table, two columns are there. Sometimes that two columns are merging. That
Yeah.
what are the values are there in that two columns? They are merging sometimes.
Yes, sir.
Why this is so? Or
Now,
there is some.
so what happens is when you actually upload a table, so if there is a merge in the docx, so you need to understand that whenever you actually upload a document, whenever you create a document in docx, there is a schematic information of that document. Now, if you have merged the table in the table that you've uploaded, that the same data would actually be merged in the typeset software. So for an example, here in this table, if you can see, there is no merging of the table. But if you would want to if you want to merge here, so you can just select this particular row and then do a right click, and then you have an option to merge it. So it can automatically, you can also change the table size and all that option here. But if you want to merge the particular table, we also give you an option to select this particular rows, and then you can do a merge like you can see here. You can merge cell or split cell or anything like that. So ideally, whatever data you would have merged in the docx, it would actually appear as merged itself on the editor. So we do not make any changes to the content. The only thing that we do is we only apply formatting to it. So the content, if the content in the table has been merged, it will automatically show up as the content is merged itself in the editor as well. So any other questions, sir? Yeah, Dr. Samir Bhagwan. So if you ask me a question, how many days required to get availability of the journal format, which is not in typeset? So if the institution has a institutional subscription, in such cases, we'll be able to build a template within a span of about 10 days. Now, what has happened here is due to coronavirus crisis, so a lot of people and a lot of universities have been requesting us the new templates, and we have already been backlogged with a lot of work with respect to templates. So currently, you would require at least 15 days for a new template to be available on the software. So generally, it would take, in normal cases, it would take about 7 working days. I think Mr. Samir Bhagwan is already a customer of a typeset. He actually has a individual subscription, if I'm not wrong, because I do remember that I actually helped him with a document a few days back, if I'm not wrong. So we do have, I think, you might be having a few, authors or other researchers or faculty who might be already using typeset. So if you have any questions, you can just reach out to us. So my email ID is zishan@typeset.io. So if you have any questions, just drop in an email and I'll be happy to answer all of these questions for you. And we also have a website called help.typeset.io. So this has all the information about the features and everything that are available on the typeset. So with respect to video recording, so Nexus Publishing Group has a YouTube channel on the on YouTube. So you guys can go there and have a look at the session recording as well. So also I would, with respect to subscriptions, I think Mr. Mahesh Wag has changed the number. I has shared this number. So for institutional subscription, can you please go ahead and have a conversation with him? He's the right person to answer any questions with respect to subscription. Dr. Gnanendra Burman, can you please some Scopus journals on humanity? So kindly go on the formats gallery and search for the keyword humanity. You should be able to find a lot of journals there. So let's search humanity and let's see if we have any journal here. So we have only one journal in Humanity and Society from Sage Publishing Group, like this. So if you want to add any other journals, you can just let us know. If you have a subscription, we'll be happy to add them for you. Yeah, so Dr. Anil, I think we have spent almost 1.5 hours now. So could I just go ahead and if there are any other questions, I'll be happy to answer, or else probably we can wind up the session.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would take this opportunity to thank the institution for arranging the webinar, and also Dr. Anil Shinde, who has been coordinating with us. So I also apologize for the previous session that was cancelled, but I also want to appreciate Dr. Anil Shinde's effort in setting up this webinar in this week. He has personally followed up with me multiple times, and also thank this opportunity for the institute and also the director and the principal for giving us an opportunity to present our software and also to conduct a webinar for the people who are active in research in the institute. So we look forward to hosting a lot of sessions in the future. And thank you for giving us an opportunity, and you guys have a great rest of the day.
Okay, thank you very much, Jiten sir, for giving very nice session on use of typeset for research writing platform. Now I will move towards end of part of this webinar, that is vote of thanks. I'm very thankful to our management for giving opportunity to organize such useful webinar for our faculty members and for other faculty members also. I'm also thankful to our respected Dr. Vikram Patil sir, Director, Annasep Dangi College of Engineering and Technology, ASTA, for motivating and always telling to organize such events. Also, I'm very thankful to our respected Executive Director, Sir Ari Kanaya, sir. He is always supporting to organize research related, not only research related, academic related activities also. I'm really thankful to sir also. And I'm thankful to all deans, HODs, faculty members from EdSet and other faculty members from other organizations. Now with this, I conclude this webinar is over. Thank you all.